Hello everyone and welcome to today's video, and today we're going to be talking about all of the 2026 rumors that we just recently got. Well, not too recently, it's been a while, but I'm just now getting around to making a video, and we do have quite a bit of stuff. We have a couple more smart play sets that I'm going to kind of skim over because the smart play is just terrible. A lot of the Mandalorian and Grogu wave sets, and then also some of the other summer sets, most likely August. So definitely a lot of fun stuff here on this list, some weird stuff, and then some not so cool stuff. But we're going to go ahead and dive right in here, starting off with two rumored smart play sets. The first one being the Ewok Attack smart play set for $30. I mean, I don't really know what this is going to be based on the way these smart play sets look. This might just literally be like a tree, honestly, with the price points here, or this price might not be like accurate, but this did make me think of these old like Star Wars like battle sets. I don't even remember what they were called, but like where you flicked the switch and it shot stuff. And then another smart play set here is the Battle of Hoth Echo Base smart play set for $140. And this one at first I was like, oh, this will be really nice, it'll have a lot of stuff, but then I thought about the Death Star Final Duel set that we have revealed is $160, and this is $20 less, so it's probably going to be like the like gate to the base, maybe a really tiny AT-AT, kind of like the gingerbread one, like around that size, and then a couple minifigures, but I don't know how good these two are going to turn out, but I'm not very excited about these, but we do have some more exciting ones from now on, starting off with the Mandalorian and Grogu wave. We have the Razor Crest here for $150, 930 pieces. This is supposed to be the new version from the movie that we see in the trailer, and the only difference I think is just the like more yellow, but minifigure wise for this set, I feel like we could definitely see the Mandalorian and Grogu. If not, I don't know what Lego's doing. And then also, if he's not in another set from the movie, we could easily get a Zeb minifigure here in his like New Republic outfit. And then also this character in the trailer, I do not recall the name, but we could get a minifigure version of her. So overall, I do think this Razor Crest has potential, but nothing too crazy. And then next up here is a little bit of a weird one, the 75445 Anzelian Starship for $70. And when I looked up Anzelian Starship, I was given this image, so I don't really know if that's accurate, but I did look up Anzelian, and it is the species that Babu Frick is from, or however you say his name, I don't know. But he is expected to be in this film, at least his species is, so we could get some more versions of that minifigure, but that one we'll definitely have to wait and see what LEGO means when they say Anzelian Starship, if this does come out, because remember, these are all just rumors, nothing's like confirmed or anything, but even if they are, quote, confirmed leaks, nothing's official until LEGO says it is. And then next up here we have a set that if LEGO carries this set out perfectly, or even not perfectly, but just better than they have been doing, this will honestly be my favorite set of the year, and that is the AT-AT set 75454 for $180, which is a steep price point. But like I said, LEGO could easily make this set pretty big. In reality, it should be a little bigger than the previous AT-AT we got from Empire Strikes Back, but this is supposed to be the AT-AT based off of the Mandalorian and Grogu, and we do see it in the trailer like you see here, but one thing I hope LEGO doesn't do is make this model have a giant hole like in the center like you can see here. And then minifigure wise for these sets, for this set specifically, a Mandalorian would obviously be nice. At least 3 snowtroopers, whether they are the same ones we got or they might use the head molds from the Galactic Marines. I don't know if they're going to keep any difference here. And then obviously some sort of Imperial Commander from the movie who pilots the AT-AT would be nice. But obviously we can't really compare accuracy or anything to what we could see until we have the movie. And we do just have the one trailer right now. Next up here we have set 75455, and I just want to point out again, these set numbers could obviously change. These are all just like rumors and speculations, and even though they're labeled as leaks, like I said, nothing is official until LEGO releases it. But we do have this one here, and it was just labeled Boba Fett, no price point, no nothing, so I'm assuming it is going to be a brickhead for the May wave, since we don't have that rumored yet. But it could also be a bust, like LEGO is rumored to start to have on the Star Wars line, like they did with Marvel. We are supposed to get a Yoda and Darth Vader one, so this could potentially be a Boba Fett one, but I feel like it is most likely going to be a Boba Fett brickhead. And then next up here is a little bit of a weird one. We have the 75453 Sandcrawler and Mudhorn for $200. And this is supposed to be a playset still, but for $200 it seems like a lot. And honestly, I don't really know what to expect here. I mean, I don't know if this is going to be the Sandcrawler from the show or the movie or what. And I don't know how they're going to carry out this Mudhorn, but the only thing we could really expect here is maybe some new designs for the Jawas, but I don't really know about this set. This one is definitely more on the weirder and random side. And then next up here is another interesting one, the 75460 X-Wing Starfighter, and this is supposed to be based off of the Mandalorian and Grogu, and honestly, I don't really know what else we could expect from this other than this character here in, I forget his name, it's Captain something, but he was in the Mandalorian show. I think he was in Book of Boba Fett as well, and Ahsoka, so we could finally see this character in minifigure form. And then I'm honestly expecting this set to be around $70 like the other starships, but more towards the size of this X-Wing here, which was $50, so definitely a downsize and all. But one thing that is weird about this is we are getting this X-Wing. There is a rumored X-Wing microfighter later on, and we have the Smart Play X-Wing, so we're going to get 3 new X-Wings all in 1 year, so definitely interesting. But as far as the Mandalorian and Grogu movie wave goes, those are all from that, so definitely looking forward to those. I'm really looking forward to how these sets will look in the end and how they'll look in the box art, because we do have that nice new Mandalorian and Grogu box art. But moving into some other exciting sets here, we have the Ewok Village for $180. And I feel like people have been requesting an Ewok Village, and it's been rumored year after year after year, so we are finally, again, rumored to get it, so hopefully it will finally happen this year. But for $180, it's definitely going to be a little smaller than the past one. It might have a bunker, maybe a small ATSD, I don't really know, but I feel like the one thing fans are really going to want here is the Force Ghost minifigures. If LEGO can carry out a successful Force Ghost minifig without it looking bad, but we will definitely see what they can do here. Then next up we have a little bit of an odd one, Star Wars mini movie posters for $50, and I'm really assuming that this would just be the original trilogy movie posters. I don't know if they're going to be, I feel like it would just be brick built, but it may also be minifigures, kind of organized in a certain way, but I feel like it's probably just going to be a couple of brick built things, or it could be one where you can build all the posters, but you can only have one built at a time. And then minifigure-wise for this, I feel like we could finally see George Lucas in minifigure form. It's something a lot of people wanted with the Star Wars logo, but we didn't get it then, so we might finally get it now. And then next up is another interesting one. It is the upscaled Darth Vader minifig for $100. So we have seen the upscaled minifig before. We've seen it with a standard construction one, a Santa Claus, I think a Octane race car driver, but it is literally just going to be the, at least I assume, upscaled minifigure, but Darth Vader, and then it'll have a Darth Vader minifig. So definitely an interesting one here, but I feel like if LEGO does it well, it will look very cool and be a unique addition to people's collection. And then next up here we have another interesting one, just buildable Yoda. That was all that was rumored for $150, and there's nothing really too much to talk about here. It's probably just going to be, like it says, a buildable Yoda, similar to the one we got in the past. I mean, I don't think there's anything crazy different that they could do here, But the next set we are talking about is definitely exciting, and that is the Episode 2 Bounty Hunter Pursuit for $60. This set has been requested for a long time. It might finally happen. Some people are thinking this one's fake. Some people are thinking, no, it's finally going to happen, but we will obviously talk about it. So minifigure-wise here, the definite 3 that we will get, or hopefully should get in this set if it does come out, is an Episode 2 Anakin, Episode 2 Obi-Wan, and then Zam Weasel, however you say it. So those 3 we definitely should get if we do get a Bounty Hunter Pursuit. And then 2 bonus ones here would be obviously Jango Fett, the new version, with or without arm printing. I don't really care, but I feel like most people would prefer if this set didn't have arm printing, so that way the UCS one can stay exclusive. And then obviously some people are speculating that we could finally get Dex from Episode 2 in this set, even though his diner, doesn't show up in this scene at all. We could get him because it happens in, that area of Coruscant, so we might finally see a Dex minifigure, and I know a lot of people are excited about that. And then next up we have yet another X-Wing, specifically Luke's X-Wing Microfighter for $15, and I do believe that this price did go down as far as microfighters go, but it's pretty straightforward. It's just going to be an X-Wing microfighter, probably with a R2-D2 head and a pilot Luke, so nothing too crazy here. And then the next one here is really a mystery set. It's called Icons of Star Wars for $80, and I don't really know what this could be. I mean, I would think movie posters, but that didn't really work out, or that's already rumored, so I don't know what this could be. I mean, we do have this new Marvel, Epic Moments collection, so it could be something like that, but I don't really know what this could be. We will have to wait and see. And then next up here, we have another awesome set that is rumored, and that is the Luke vs. Vader Bespin Duel. And we have seen this set carried out pretty much perfectly before. I mean, it looked awesome back when they made it, so I feel like if LEGO can do this again and make it this good, it will definitely be a good set. The only thing is we don't have a price point here, so I don't know. And then last up here, we have Anakin's Jedi Starfighter, the Clone Wars model, for $70, and honestly, I don't really know what else to expect here. It's probably going to be very similar to the Obi-Wan Starfighter, and I do have this old version here, so I don't know if I'm going to be getting this one, but the one thing that may convince me, and probably a lot of other people, is we got this nice Clone Wars style Obi-Wan back in August of 2025, and if we can get a very nice, similar Clone Wars style Anakin, that will be awesome. So if LEGO really does try here, they could definitely be very successful with some of these sets, and I feel like this is kind of shaping up to be a very good wave of sets. I mean, all of these are probably from different waves, like the Mandalorian and Grogu stuff's probably going to be May, June, and then the last couple sets we talked about are probably going to be more August sets, but these are definitely, a lot of them, very cool. I mean, we do get 3 X-Wings, which is kind of weird. We have some of these mystery random sets, and then also some absolute awesome ones like the new AT-AT, Episode 2 Bounty Hunter Pursuit, Luke vs. Vader on Bespin. So if LEGO does this correctly, I feel like we could easily get a very good 2026, and the fans could be happy again. But hopefully it won't be like 2025 where we got some overpriced sets and not so nice minifigures. And then the one thing that is interesting about this is there's not a lot of clone stuff rumored. In fact, there are no clone stuff rumored out of all of these, so maybe we will get a battle pack at some point, but honestly, I'm okay with the lack of clone sets since we got a lot last year. But those are all of the 2026 rumors that we had got recently. Sorry it took me a while to get around to the video. I have just been very busy lately. And then also for the credits here, the Boba Fett bust image was from Amazon.com, and then all of these other images were from LEGO officially. But that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed, and make sure you tune in for the next one.